Okay, now this episode, oh geez, the light, oh my goodness. But this episode 5, I feel like, I don't know if it was because of last week's like horrifying and sickening episode, but this episode I thoroughly enjoyed because a lot of things were told that weren't beforehand, even all the way in Alicization, and also it was just pretty much a preparation episode. So I don't think this review is going to be super like long or anything, but yeah, it was a very enjoyable episode in that like it felt very, very fast, but not a lot of info and stuff like dropped or anything, except for that it's the day before the battle and stuff, and then at the end of the episode we're already getting into the fight, which is crazy to me. But anyways, it was pretty much an episode where we got pretty much a reunion with a lot of characters. Like we get what is his name, Eldre or something, like Alice's apprentice or whatever. We got Lady Fatania or Fanatia, one of those names. I kind of forgot her name, but anyways, like that whole thing with Alice was funny when they were at the camp of like all the soldiers like training and stuff before they go into battle. That was hilarious because Lady Fatania, I'm just gonna say Fatania for now, but she was wearing makeup and stuff, and she was talking about Kirito and stuff, and she wanted to go and thank Kirito and everything, and Alice seemed like she was being so protective, which was like hilarious, like kind of not jealous or something, but just like a very protective person to Kirito, and they were both talking about how like Kirito's such a great person or whatever, and that Lady Fatania was talking about how he didn't hold back against fighting her, and that usually happens when she's going up against a guy, and that's why she had a helmet on and stuff, and tried her best not to look feminine and everything. And then Alice noticed she had makeup on and she was sounding more feminine and stuff, and it was like the cutest freaking thing. Like that whole scene was just hilarious. And then we get to see a lot of other characters we haven't seen in a while. Obviously we've seen Bercoli and stuff, but we also got to see Yujio and Kirito's I'd say Kohai, like underclassmen. They're pretty much helping out people around and stuff, and I forgot that they didn't even know at all what happened with Kirito or Yujio. And so Alice brought them in there to where Kirito is. They just started crying like instantly, and that whole scene made me tear up. Like I almost started crying my eyes out because like those two like underclassmen were in love with Yujio and Kirito, but they both said that they don't deserve to say that they are to Kirito and Yujio. And like it was just the emotional, it was such an impactful type of scene that you really wanted to see, and we got to see it, that they got to have a reunion with Kirito, but also Yujio, because the girl with the red hair, I forgot her name, but like she touched Yujio's blue rose sword, and she heard Yujio's voice, and that like his soul is still within his sword, saying that like, don't cry, I'll always be here. Like, bro, like I'm already choking up from that. Like, it was a beautiful scene. And then what Alice was talking about, and that like the thing that exists permanently is your soul, and these bodies are just, you know, they're just there and stuff. And I believe she said they're not real. I don't know, but anyways, like she was telling them that like the nature of your soul is determined by you and you alone. And that's very impactful even in real life. It's a great life lesson that like your character, the one you show, the being genuine is that you show, the thing that's genuine that you show, and to let yourself out there genuinely and stuff, is who you are, is something that you should be all the time, no matter what and stuff. And bro, like the whole life lesson was beautiful and gorgeous and stuff. And then Alice meets up with Eldre, who's her her apprentice or whatever, and he's still talking about how, like, are you gonna keep defending Kirito? And she's like, yes, I am, because, like, he saved her life, like, so much, like, everything that he did for her. Like, how could she not try to protect him, right? And, like, that whole thing, like, this whole episode felt very, like, impactful, like, emotionally, in terms of, like, the whole thing with, Lady Fanatia, or Fatania, where, like, her becoming a little more feminine and stuff, and then the funny thing with them like, bantering a little bit, talking about, Bercoli and Kirito and stuff, and it was hilarious, and then also Bercoli, pretty much using a incarnate sword, which is like an invisible, like, attack or something on Alice. But he said he was attacking Kirito, but he had the intention of maybe attacking Alice, and it was deflected by Kirito. His willpower, like his will, like, manifested like a block for that like invisible invisible dagger that Bercoli sent Alice's or Kirito's way, and it's like he thinks that if Alice genuinely needs his help on the battlefield or something, Kirito will get up and will act or something, and I would be immensely excited about that. Like, bro, that's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited for that shit. And, dude, I'm just like, I'm like, the whole situation with that like Bercoli used that invisible dagger thing, and Kirito actually blocked it with like an invisible like sword or something, meaning that his willpower is like next level still, even if he's unconscious and became somewhat of like a vegetable or something. Like, dude, it was wild. And it was so emotional also because it felt like everybody was saying goodbyes to people, which was like, that's always sad and like emotional when it comes to like anything in general. Not obviously not just anime stuff, but like in movies and things like that. That stuff's always makes you start getting emotional and like tearing up and stuff. But like this episode with all of that, and like I don't know, like my head keeps going to the Kirito thing, that like I'm ready to see Asuna. Where is she? You know, like I want to see her now. I don't know if are we gonna see her in this season, or are we gonna get? I know we're gonna get War of Underworld Part 2, which is coming in spring, I think. But like we're already getting to the battle, and it's episode 5 of Part 1. So like, what's gonna happen here? And it's a great episode. Loved it. Loved all the, like, even just seeing everybody, like even Kirito's mentor from the Sword Academy, his senpai. I saw her sitting down during the war meeting and stuff, and they're like working on a strategy to like attack the dark territory when they get through the gate. At the, like, it looks like a valley or like some like, I want to say trench, but a trench is like in the ocean, but like it's kind of like a concave type of like part of the valley where it's right next to the gate, and that's where they're gonna intercept them, because that's the best place to do it, because they would be taken out in a giant grass field where they are, so they're just gonna do that there. And bro, like I have a feeling there's a couple of characters that I know they're gonna die. The guy with the red armor in the Integra Knights, I think he's going to get killed by the Mr. Miller's like friend, who's the big Dark Knight or whatever. That's gonna happen, and then I think Bercoli is going to kill him. I think he's gonna take him out, and it's gonna be crazy. I don't know, maybe Alice does get captured, but she doesn't, but her light cube doesn't come out because of her willpower. Something happens like that, like, oh man, so many possibilities that are gonna happen next episode. It's gonna be a wild episode. I can tell it's gonna be a crazy battle and stuff, and I'm excited about it and everything. Like, dude, like, I'm ready for it, and I really want to see Asuna come in this season. But I have a feeling that she's going to come in Part 2. And I cannot wait for Kirito. I don't think he's going to wake up, but I think he's going to react to like Alice being in danger, and he's just going to reflect like taking up his sword and lunging or something. Like his legs, I don't think he's necessarily crippled. It's just that like, he has no like reason or will to move his legs. And I think that's gonna be the reason that he's gonna get up and fight. And I'm hyped and I'm ready for it. I don't know what else to say, because it was just like a build up for the battle. And it's just like the day before the big battle with everybody training. You got to see more of like old characters from SAO Alicization, which was great. You got to see a lot of the Integrity Knights, which was cool too. The person with the green hair, the girl that looks like she has armor like a medieval knight or whatever. But I'm getting a vibe that she's kind of like a samurai kind of like feel of a character. So that seems like it's going to be awesome. And they're breaking through the gate right now at the end of the episode. Hyped for it. Everything with Bercoli was just really cool with his like invisible, again, that invisible dagger thing was like really cool just to test like what's happening. Like he wanted to test what's going on with Kirito, and it seems like he can't like speak or anything and stuff, but his will is freaking strong as hell, and he realizes that kid has just as much, if not more, actual combat experience and skills than Bercoli himself. Bercoli's been living for how long? Like 300 years? Like, or 200 or something. Like, how the hell long he's been living, but whatever. Like he still has way more experience than Bercoli, which is, like, insane. I'm ready. I'm ready for this episode. Or next episode. I'm ready, hyped. I'm excited. What do you guys think about this episode? Like, I thought... Again, I don't know if it's like it was because of last episode or something that was very horrifying and sickening, but this episode I really liked like a lot. It felt slightly, even if they were going into battle, it felt a little more uplifting and stuff. And that funny little thing with Lady with Alice and Lady Fatania or Fanatia or whatever. Like, that whole thing made it, like, uplifting a little bit, and, like, it was emotional, but it felt, like, uplifting for, Kirito and Yujio's, kohais, his underclassmen and stuff, and Alice explained to them, like, what they were and who they were, and they also explained, to Alice, finally, why they were, like, they were arrested for their crimes by, like, Alice and taken and stuff, because they protected, Yujio and Kirito protected them, from something that just wasn't right at all. And I'm surprised that Alice didn't... Well, actually, I'm not surprised. At first, I was surprised, but then I'm not, because nobody told her what really happened during that crime. They just said for Alice to take them in and stuff, and she finally gets the understanding of what happened with Yujio and Kirito defending their underclassmen by these trash guys and stuff, and them saying that like their underclassmen saying that like they don't deserve to say that they love them and stuff, and Alice is like, no, that's wrong. It's like everything, like she said like a lot of stuff, but pretty much like your nature of your soul and of your character is yours, you and you alone. You determine it and stuff. You say what you want to say, things like that. It was beautiful. So yeah, leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode. If you're excited for next episode, because I'm excited, but I'm also scared because I feel like a lot of people are going to get killed, and I'm horrified. Like, this whole season is horrifying with like blood and stuff. Like this is like SAO has been next level since Alicization started, with like the horrifying stuff that goes on with like the blood and dying and the killing and things like that. Crazy. But leave down in the comments your thoughts and stuff. Like this video if you did. Like the video if you liked the episode. Like the video if you're excited for next episode. And like the video if you like the season so far. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most important to everybody, Gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. And plus ultra. And man, I am excited for next episode, but also scared. But let's get on with that next episode. Here we go.